Good day everyone, I'm Sir Nestor and welcome to my channel. For today's video, magkakaroon po tayo ng lesson video tutorial in General Mathematics Quarter 1. Ang topic na i-discuss po natin ay evaluating functions, kagaya na nakikita nyo sa screen. Kung kayo po ay bago sa aking channel, so baka po uli makiki-like, comment, subscribe, and hit the notification bell para updated po kayo sa lahat ng mga video na ipopost ko sa channel na ito. Okay, so muli po, wag na po natin patagalin. So tayo po yung magsimula ng i-discuss ang second topic in General Mathematics first quarter, evaluating functions. Good day everyone. At this time, we are now at the second topic in General Mathematics, evaluating functions. To start with, we'll have the following objectives. The students will be able to, number 1, recall the process of substitution. Number 2, identify the various types of functions. And number 3, evaluate functions. Before we begin, let's go back to the time when we first encountered how to evaluate expressions. We have learned that in an algebraic expression, letters can stand for numbers. And to find the value of the expression, there are two things that you have to consider. Okay, number 1, replace each letter in the expression in the assigned value. And number 2, perform the operations in the expression using the correct order of operations. So, okay, kung natatandaan po natin, class, so these are the two conditions that we need to consider in dealing with evaluating an algebraic expressions. Okay, before we proceed to the example, so let us define first what is an algebraic expression. By definition, algebraic expression is an expression consisting of coefficients, constants, variables, and operations symbols. So we have 7n plus 2. At this time, let us recall the parts of an algebraic expression. Okay, so when we are talking about 7n at saka yung 2, sila yung tinatawag na terms. Okay, then yung blue which is 7, siya yung tinatawag na coefficient. Yung letter n, siya yung tinatawag na variable. Okay, then yung 2 na red, siya yung ating constant number. And yung plus sign, siya yung ating tinatawag na operation symbol. Okay, that's it. And we have here the following examples of an algebraic expression. Number 1, x minus 9 is an example of an algebraic expression. 3x plus 7 is also an example of algebraic expression. Next, number 3 is x squared plus 4x minus 10. Okay, 2x squared minus 6x plus 26. And last, we have 3x squared minus 6. Okay, so these are all examples of an algebraic expression. The question is, how are we going to evaluate the following? So let's have a specific value for x. Okay, example number 1. Given the following expression, find its value if x is equal to 3. Now, using the 5 examples given in our previous slides, let us answer the following using that the x is equal to 3. Okay, let us begin with example number 1. Number 1 is x minus 9. We have to replace the value of x by 3. So we have here, if x is equal to 3, ito yung solution natin. This will become x minus 3. So since x is equal to 3, we just replace x by 3. So ito ang gagawin na natin. Ayan. You can include in parenthesis para alam mo na ito po yung ating nire-replace. Then, subtract by 9. Okay, so remove the parenthesis and this will become 3 minus 9. The answer will become negative 6. This is now the value of the expression x minus 9 if x is equal to 3. Let us move to the third example. For the third example, we have x squared plus 4x minus 10. Okay, again, if x is equal to 3, so again, we will replace x by 3. So, tandaan, after replacing x by 3, we get the squared of 3 which is 9. Okay, so paano po nangyari yon? Ito po, So we have, replace x by 3. Ilang x po yan? Dalawa. Kaya, okay, dalawa ang ilalagay nating 3. Okay, then i-squared na natin to kasi sabi ng exponent, remember, yung ating PEMDAS or GEMDAS. So, perform first all the grouping symbols. Then, after is the exponent. So, since wala namang masyadong grouping symbols, ito munang exponent ang iintindihin natin. So, we have 3 times 3. Ibig sabihin ng exponent, di ba? Multiply 3 by itself. Kaya 3 times 3 is 9. Kaya 9 ang lumabas. Pwede mo nang i-multiply ang 4 at saka 3. So, get the product and that is 4 times 3 is 12. Then, copy minus 10. Okay, again, PEMDAS, GEMDAS ulit tayo. So, since addition and subtraction na lang po ang natitira, so let us do the operation from the left. So, we have 9 plus 12. Okay, so we have 21, then minus 10. And 21 minus 10 is, okay, 11. And this is now the final answer for number 3. So, for number 5, we have 3x cubed minus 6. Okay, then, same procedure. If x is equal to 3, here is the solution. Again, so we have 3x cubed minus 6. Replace x by 3. So we have, so 3 times 3 cubed minus 6. Simplify po muna natin yung may exponent. Okay, ibig sabihin, tatlong beses ita-times yung kulay red na 3. Okay, so 3 times 3 is 9. 9 times 3 is 27. So therefore, the result is 3 times 27 minus 6, and so we have 3 times 27. The result will become 81 minus 6, and the final answer is 75. Okay, class, so let me remind you, so this is just only the procedure in evaluating an algebraic expressions. Okay, class, before we proceed to evaluate function, let us try to look and analyze some of the common types of functions that you might encounter as we go on with this topic. Class, dapat ay aware kayo kung anong klaseng function ang gagamitin natin. So, since we will discuss the different kinds of functions, now ngayon pa lang dapat alam nyo kung ano yung mga functions na pwede nyo ma-encounter, ano, as we go along with the discussion. Okay, so these are the following. So, the first one ay ang tinatawag nating constant function. From the word constant, ibig sabihin unchangeable, hindi na mababago. So, a constant function is a function that has the same output value no matter what your input value is. Because of this, a constant function has the form of f of x is equal to b, where b is a constant, a single value that does not change. Kaya tinawag siyang constant. So, let's say for instance, y is equal to 8, and no need to solve for this, no? So, that is a constant function. The second type of function ay yung tinatawag nating identity function. Okay, so what does it mean? Identity function is a function which returns the same value which was used as its argument. In other words, the identity function is the function f of x is equal to x for all the values of x. So, in this case, so if this is the given, so f of x is equal to 3. So, yan yung tinatawag nating identity function. Okay, number 3. Number 3 is a polynomial functions. A polynomial functions defined by y is equal to a raised to the 0 plus a raised to the first power times x plus a squared times x squared plus and so on and so forth. So we have a raised to the n, x raised to the n, where n is a non-negative integer, and a raised to the 0, a raised to the first power, a raised to the second power. In this case, n is the element of all real numbers. Okay, so actually we have different kinds of polynomial functions, and to begin with, so we have the first one is the linear functions.
Ano po yung linear function? So, pag sinabi natin linear function, the polynomial function with the degree of 1. It is in the form of y is equal to mx plus b. So, sa case na to, class, okay, kung mapapansin nyo ang given natin, y is equal to 5x plus 2. Ang exponent po niyan ay 1. Kaya yan ay tinawag na, okay, linear function. Pag ang degree ay 1, that is linear function. Okay, let us proceed to number 5. So we have also the quadratic function. What is quadratic function? If the degree of the polynomial function is 2, so 2 naman dito, kung kanina ay 1, dito ay 2, then it is a quadratic function. It is expressed as y is equal to ax squared plus bx plus c, where a is not equal to 0. And a, b, and c are constant and x is a variable. Okay, look at the example here. So we have y is equal to 3x squared plus 3x plus 3. So again, if the highest degree is 2, I repeat, it is belong to a quadratic function. Number 6, we have here the cubic function. What is a cubic function? Again, a cubic polynomial function is a polynomial of degree 3 and can be denoted by f of x is equal to ax cubed plus bx squared plus cx plus d, where a is not equal to 0 and a, b, c, and d are constant and x is a variable. Okay, let us try to look at the example. So we have y is equal to 4x cubed plus 3x squared plus 2x plus 3. So what is the highest degree? At this time, we have 3, we have 2, we have 1, and 0. So again, the highest degree is 3, kaya tinawag siyang cubic function. Kasi tayo sa number 7, so meron tayong tinatawag na power functions. A power function is a function in the form of y is equal to ax raised to the b, where b is any real constant number. Many of our parent functions, such as linear functions and quadratic functions, are in fact power functions. Okay, yung mga previous nating nabanggit. So, ayan, nabanggit na natin, ano? So, linear, quadratic, cubic functions are known as the parent functions. So, okay, by looking at the example, we have f of x is equal to 5x cubed. It is an example of a power function. Kapag siya ay nasa form na y is equal to ax raised to the b, that is a power function. Next, number 8. Number 8 is known as the rational functions. A rational function is any function which can be represented by a rational fraction, say, okay, p of x over q of x, in which numerator p of x and denominator q of x are polynomial functions of x, where q of x is not equal to 0. Okay, again, from the word ratio, it means it is a fraction. Okay, kapag nakakakita tayo ng ganito, okay, f of x is equal to x squared minus 3x plus 2 over x squared minus 4. Okay, naka-fraction po siya. Kaya tinawag po na rational function yan. Number 9. So, number 9, we have the exponential function. Ano naman ang pinagkaiba niya sa ibang function? These are functions of the form y is equal to ab raised to the x, where x is in an exponent and a and b are constant. Note that only b is raised to the power of x, not a. If the base b is greater than 1, then the result is the exponential growth. We have y is equal to 2 raised to the x. Kapag ang exponent natin ay variable na kagaya ni x, so that is an example of exponential function. It means yung x natin ay nasa exponent. Yon ang tinatawag na exponential function. Okay, next, let us proceed to number 10. It is a logarithmic function. Logarithmic functions are the inverses of the exponential function, and any exponential function can be expressed in logarithmic form. Logarithms are very useful in permitting us to work with very large numbers while manipulating numbers of the much more manageable size. It is written in the form of y is equal to the logarithm of x to the base of b. By looking at the example, we can read this as y is equal to the logarithm of 49 to the base of 7. Remember, ang logarithm ay pwede nating dalhin into exponential function. No? So, yan yung inverse niya. Okay? Let us proceed to number 11. So, we have here the absolute value function. Sabi dito, the absolute value of any number c is represented in the form of the absolute value of c. If any function r such that r is defined by f of x equals to the absolute value, it is known as the absolute value function. So by looking at the example, paano natin malalaman na siya ay belong sa absolute value function? Kapag meron tayong nakitang dalawang parallel line. Okay, so yan ang example ng absolute value function. Let's now proceed to number 12. It is greatest integer function or yung GIF na tinatawag. Okay, so if a function f r approaches r is defined by f of x is equal to the greatest integer of x, where x is the element of x, it round off to the real numbers to the integer less than the number. Okay, so sa case na to, class, kailan naman natin malalaman na siya po ay tinatawag na greatest integer? Look at the example. So we have f of x is the greatest integer of x plus 1, where the greatest integer of x is the greatest integer functions. Now, ang kaibahan niya sa absolute value function ay ito, dalawang parallel line both side noong kung ano man po yung given. Ano? Okay, so tig-dalawa naman po ito. Kanina sa absolute value function, isa, dito, dalawa. Pero minsan gumagamit din po sila ng brackets. No? Mamaya may example po tayo ng greatest integer function. After determining the different values or types of functions, at this time we will proceed how to evaluate functions. So evaluating functions na po tayo. Sabi dito, evaluating function is the process of determining the value of the function at the number assigned to a given variable. Remember, when we are talking about evaluating, that is also the same with our previous examples, we will also replace the value of the given variable kung ano man po siya. Ano? Okay, just like in evaluating algebraic expression, to evaluate function, you need to, letter A, replace each letter in the expression with the assigned value, and letter B, perform the operations in the expression using the correct order of operations. So remember, kung ano yung ginawa natin sa previous example, almost the same, only the difference is that, it is made up of different functions, and of course, doon sa notation na ibinibigay po. Okay, let us now apply the idea of evaluating functions in a function machine. For example, this is our function machine. Let us use this function, and this is f of x is equal to 5x plus 3. Now, my question is, what kind of function is this? Okay, exactly. So this is an example of a linear function. So the function having a degree of 1. Now, for this function, let us try to use that if x is equal to 5. So what we're going to do, this x will become our input. Okay, so yan yung ipapasok natin sa ating function machine. Okay, so yung 5, yan yung dadalhin natin at ipapalit ka na x. So therefore, this function will become f of 5 is equal to 5 times 5 plus 3. So let us simplify. We have 5 times 5 is 25. So therefore, this will become f of 5 is equal to 25 plus 3. And 25 plus 3, the answer is 28. And the result now is 28, and that 28 will become our output. Okay, so nakita po ba ang gamit ng ating function machine? So lagi pong ganyan, automatic. So if we have an input, automatic, meron po tayong output. Okay, now at this time, let us evaluate the different kinds of function. Okay, example number 1. Given f of x is equal to 4x cubed, find the value of the function if x is equal to 2. Okay, ngayon, my first question is, what type of function is f of x is equal to 4x cubed? Exactly. So this is an example of a power function. So based on our previous slides, if this is in the form of 4x cubed, so that is a power function. How are we going to solve this one? Okay, so almost similar with our previous lesson. So again, we have f of x is equal to 4x cubed. Anong gagawin lang natin? Yung x ay papalitan lang natin ng 2 kung ano po yung given sa problem. Kaya yung x ay magiging f of 2 is equal to f times 2 raised to the third power. So again, application tayo ng PEMDAS. Iunahin muna po natin dyan ay yung may exponent. So ibig sabihin, ang 2 ay itatimes mo ng 3 beses. So yun ang gagawin. Hindi po 2 times 3 ha. Ibig sabihin, 2 times 2 times 2. Okay, 3 beses natin itatimes. Therefore, the result will become, okay, so we have f of 2 is equal to 4 times, okay, that is 8, no? Okay, ulitin ko, kaya po nakuha yung 8. Ang ginawa dyan is 2 times 2, 4. Dalawa na. 4 times 2, 8. Kaya nakuha po yung 8. Kailangan itatimes mo yung 2 ng 3 beses. Okay, then the final answer is f of 2 is equal to 32. And this is our final answer in example number 1. Proceed tayo sa example number 2. Given f of x is equal to 4x plus 2, find the value of the function if x is 3. Now, same procedure tayo. What type of function is this? Okay, very good. So this is an example of a linear function because the degree is 1. Okay, let us solve this one. Solution. So we have f of x is equal to 4x plus 2. We will replace x by 3. Ito po yung given sa value ng x and that is 3. So papalitan po ito ng 3 yung x natin dito. So again, by the following steps, substitute 3 for x in the function. So this will become, okay, f of 3 is equal to 4 times 3. By the way, so you need to enclose x by 3 para alam nyo na tayo ay magmo-multiply. Ano po? Okay, simplify the expression on the right side of the equation. This is the right side of the equation. Okay, so ang unang gagawin natin using the MDAS ay multiplication muna, ano? Okay, so we have f of 3 is equal to 4 times 3 is 12. Then copy plus 2. And again, simplify the right side of the equation. And we have now the final answer is f of 3 is equal to 14. Example number 3, given that the f of x is equal to 3x squared minus 5, find f of negative 3. So, in this case, ang tanong natin ay what type of function is f of x equals 3x squared minus 5? Okay, exactly. So, this is an example of a quadratic functions. So, since the degree is raised to the second power. Okay, so we're going to solve this one. So, again, copy first. Kung tayo po ay nagsosolve, kokopyahin muna natin ang given. Then, remember, ang unang rule, substitute negative 3 for x in the given function. And therefore, this will become f of negative 3 is equal to 3 times negative 3 squared minus 5. Okay, then simplify using the PEMDAS. So, exponent muna tayo. Ita-times daw ang negative 3 ng dalawang beses. Eh, di ba pag nag-multiply tayo ng negative 3 times negative 3, so the result is positive. So once na nag-multiply po tayo ng dalawang negative sign, the result will become positive. So therefore, f of negative 3 is equal to 3 times 9, positive 9, minus 5. Okay, so again, so simplify po uli natin and we have 3 times 9. Unahin mo natin ang multiplication before subtraction. That is the rule under PEMDAS or GEMDAS. Ano? So 3 times 9 is 27. Therefore, f of negative 3 is equal to 27 minus 15, and the last operation is subtraction. So ima-minus na lang po natin yan. So 27 minus 5, and that is 22. And this is now the final answer. Okay, let us now proceed to example number 4. Example number 4, given that the p of x is equal to 2x cubed minus 5x plus 6, find p of 0 and p of 1. Okay, ano napansin niyo po? Yes, dalawa na ang hahanapin natin. So, since dalawa po yung binanggit sa ating problem, so find p of 0 at saka p of 1. What does it mean? Yung lahat ng x natin sa unang example, papalitan natin ng 0. At sa second example, papalitan naman natin ng 1. Okay, so my next question is, what type of function is p of x is equal to 2x cubed minus 5x plus 6? Exactly. So this is an example of a cubic function. Okay, so let us solve the first example. Sabi dito, treat each of these like two separate problems. In each case, you substitute the value for x and simplify. Start with x is equal to 0. So doon tayo magsisimula. Ano? Okay. Okay, so let's have the first example. We have, okay, find p of 0. So again, the given example is p of x is equal to 2x cubed minus 5x plus 6. So ano na ipapalit po natin dito? Doon sa lahat na nakapula na x. Okay, yun ay ipapalitan natin ng 0. So tandaan, para hindi po tayo nalilito, dito sa kabila or dito sa right side ng ating function, yung x, papalitan mo siya ng may parenthesis, then 0. And therefore, this will become ito. P of 0 is equal to 2 times or quantity 0 raised to the third power minus 5 times 0 plus 6. Okay, so sisimplify na natin ito. Okay, so di ba sabi natin, ang 0 ita-times ng 3 beses, no? Kasi naka-raise into the third power. And 0 times 0 times 0 is 0. And 0 times 2 is 0. So, ang sagot natin in the first term is 0. How about negative 5 times 0? It is also 0. Therefore, we have p of 0 is equal to 0 minus 0 plus 6. So, since ito ay 0, pwede na nating i-cancel out ito or tanggalin na lang. Ano? So, therefore, our p of 0 is equal to 6. Okay, so that is the first value of the given function if p is equal to 0. Ay, meron pang pangalawa. Okay, if p is equal to 1. Okay, so pasensya na po, nagkamali po ako dito, negative 1, pero ang gagamitin po natin ay positive 1. So, letter B. So, B, find P of 1. So, same procedure with the first one. Ang gagawin natin, we will replace x by 1. So, we have P of 1 is equal to 2 times 1 cube. Cube po ito ha, cube. Cube minus 5 times 1 plus 6. Okay, ilang beses natin ita-times si 1? Tatlo, di ba? So, we have 1 times 1, 1. 1 times 1 uli, 1 pa rin. And we have 1 times 2, 2 ang sagot natin dito sa ating first term. And negative 5 times 1 is negative 5. Therefore, we have P of 1 is equal to 2 times 1 minus 5 plus 6. And 2 times 1 is, we have 2 minus 5 plus 6. Okay, so sa PEMDAS, ang nauna ay si subtraction. Ibig sabihin, siya muna ang uunahin natin. Kasi ang procedure dyan, do all operation of addition and subtraction that appear from left to right. Hindi kumot addition ang nauna po dun sa DAS or PEMDAS, ay yun ang uunahin natin. Hindi po, ibig sabihin, from left to right, sino ang uunahin mo? Okay, kagaya nito, di ba? Si subtraction ang nauna, edi ito ang uunahin natin. Kaya magiging P of 1 is equal to 2 minus 5. Remember, kapag po tayo ay nagsasubtract ng malaking number sa maliit na number, it is always equal to negative. Kaya negative 3 plus 6. Okay, adding and like terms naman tayo. Anong rule? Kapag nag-a-add tayo ng magkaibang sign, use the sign of the larger number. Gagamitin natin ang sign na mataas na number kapag magkaiba, ha? So, gagamit tayo ng positive at ima-minus na po natin. So, kaya 6 minus 3, so 3. Kaya ang sagot ay positive, okay, 3. And these are the answers. So, P of 0 is equal to 6 and P of 1 is equal to 3. Okay, example number 5. Given g of x is equal to the square root of 3x minus 2, find g of 9. So actually wala po tayo example ito dun sa ating previous pero okay, this is also one of the function. My question is, what type of function is g of x is equal to the square root of x minus 2? Okay, very good. So this is an example of a square root function. How are we going to solve this kind of example? Kapag naka-square root, so same procedure pa rin tayo. So, di ba, ang rule natin lagi, i-replace lang lagi natin kung ano po ang value ni, okay, g of x. At ang value ni g of x ay 9, di ba? Yun daw ang ipapalit natin. Ito po ha, sana nakikita niyo yung cursor ko. So, 9 daw po ang ipapalit natin. So, therefore, magiging g of 9, ayun, substitute 9 for x in the function. So, therefore, magiging g of 9 is equal to the square root of 3. Ulitin natin ha, yung x, lagi natin lalagyan yan ng parenthesis, then 9 minus 2. So, g of 9 is equal to the square root of, magiging 3 times 9 is 27. Kaya magiging the square root of 27 minus 2. So, ang ipe-perform muna po natin or sisimplify muna natin ay yung nasa loob ng ating square root symbol. Okay, so ayun na ha. 3 times 9 is 27, copy negative 2. Isisimplify pa rin po natin itong nasa loob. And that is 27 minus 2 is 25. Therefore, g of 9 is equal to the square root of 25. Since ito po ay naka-square root and 25 is one of the perfect square, okay, kaya ang the square root of 25 is what? Okay, so 5. And this is the result. Next, proceed tayo sa number 6. Number 6, given f of x is equal to the, we have here this symbol for x squared minus 8 plus 2, find if x is equal to 2. So, hindi ko binanggit yung symbol kanina kasi madidetermine kaagad natin. Okay, so what type of function is this? Yes, so this is an example of an absolute value function. So, paano natin malalaman na siya ay absolute value function? Okay, di ba sabi natin kapag ito ay may dalawang parallel both side kung saan man po ikinulong yung mga numbers or variable. Ano po? Okay, ito ha, tig-isa lang po. Kasi baka malito kayo, yung isa ay yung sa greatest integer, dalawa ito, di ba? Okay, so by the way, what is an absolute value? So by definition, an absolute value is the number itself without any sign. Okay, so yun lang ang gagawin po natin. So isi-simplify lang po natin ang lahat ng variable or number inside the parenthesis. Kung ito po ay mayroong mga positive or negative numbers, i-disregard na natin. So tatanggalin na po natin kung siya ay positive or siya ay negative. Okay, let us solve number 6. So we have f of x is equal to the absolute value of 4x squared minus 8 plus 2. So again, papalitan natin ang x ng ano po? 2. Ito po yung given sa problem. So magiging f of 2 is equal to the absolute value of 4 times 2 squared minus 8 plus 2. So isisimplify muna po natin dyan. Yung expression have inside the absolute value symbol. So, yung 2 times 2, no? Okay, yung multiplied by itself. Kaya magiging f of 2 is equal to, di ba, 2 times 2 is 4. Kaya 4 times 4 minus 8 plus 2. Okay, next. So, ang times po naman natin ay itong dalawa. So, 4 times 4, 16. Kaya lumabas po ito as f of 2 is equal to 16 minus 8 plus 2. Again, isimplify pa rin po natin yung nasa loob na yung nasa loob pa rin po ng absolute value symbol. And 16 minus 8 is what? Okay, this will become 8. The absolute value of 8 plus 2. Di ba positive to? So, again, kapag absolute value, tatanggalin na po natin itong absolute value symbol at magiging f of 2 is equal to 8 plus 2. Kung ito po ay negative, 8 pa rin po ang ilalagay. Tatanggalin mo ang negative. Ganyan ang ginagawa kay absolute value symbol. No? Again, we have f of 2 is equal to 8 plus 2 and the answer is 10. And this is now our final answer for number 6. For number 7, we have evaluate the function h of x is equal to, okay, again, what kind of function is this? Okay, exactly. So this is an example of a greatest integer function or GIF. Ano? So, paano natin matatandaan? Ulitin ko po, ito po ay separated, yung number or variable ay separated by, okay, yung dalawang parallel lines. Ano? Okay, ano po yung mga dapat nating tandaan? Okay, the simplest greatest integer functions or GIF for short is this. Sometimes, instead of using this symbol, gumagamit din po sila ng okay, brackets. Again, so sa illustration natin, ito yung output, ito yung input. Okay, square brackets ang tawag sa kanya. Always mean round down to the nearest integer. So, think floor. Okay, ano ibig sabihin? Ito, halimbawa, for example, class. Kapag mga whole number, copy. Same lang po yan. Di ba kagaya nitong example natin? Okay, so 3 lang. How about kapag decimal? Okay, 3.5. Kapag decimal at ikaw ay naka-greatest integer, round down. Ibig sabihin, hindi mo kailangang i-round off. Siyempre, di ba nasanay na tayo na kapag 3.5, pwede nating i-round off. Hindi po. So, copy lang ang whole number natin which is 3. Okay, kagaya nito, baka ma-confuse kayo, 3.99. Eh, baka maging 4 ang sagot nyo. No. Okay, so 3 lang din. Yung mga una or yung whole number na nasa unahan ng decimal, yun lang po ang ating magiging sagot. How about kapag negative? The greatest integer function of a negative numbers ay ito. So again, so nagkakaroon dito kapag negative ng okay, round off. No? Anong ibig sabihin? We will use the same sign. So negative, halimbawa, negative 2.7, ayan, naging negative 3 na siya. Then we have negative 20.03. Okay, so since it is greater than 20 pa rin, so negative 21 pa rin yan. Okay, how about negative 6.99? Eh, diba? Okay, magiging negative 9. And again, we have the greatest integer of negative 9 is we have also negative 9. So, another example tayo ng greatest integer function. Okay, what type of function? Sabi natin, it is the greatest integer function. H of x is equal to the greatest integer of x minus 11. So, ano ang ipapalit natin na value ni x? That is 3.5. So, therefore, h of 3.5 is equal to the greatest integer of 3.5 minus 11. So, again, I gave you the example kapag positive. Diba sabi natin, round down. Walang round off. Therefore, this will become h of 3.5 is equal to, yung 3.5, magiging 3 na lang siya. Kaya 3 minus 11. And therefore, we have h of 3.5 is equal to negative 8. I have here different example also in dealing with the greatest integer. Especially kapag magra-round off at saka round down. Ano? Okay, halimbawa kagaya nito, 1.2 ay positive siya, kaya 1 na lang po siya sa example natin. Ano? Okay, next number. So, dito, yung 3.2 minus 0.3, lumabas po dyan ay 2.9. And 2.9 is a positive greatest integer. So, therefore, 2 lang po yung gagamitin natin. Example number 3 naman. Okay, we have 0.4 times 5.1. Okay, so we have, the result will become 2.04. So, since positive pa rin siya, remain as 2 siya. Next, the last example is negative 4 times 2.1. Okay, so the result will become negative 8.4. Ay, di ba negative siya? Kaya ang ating greatest integer is negative 9. So, proceed na tayo sa example number 9. Example number 9, evaluate the function g of x is equal to 4 raised to the x given that the x is equal to 3. My question is, what type of function is g of x is equal to 4 raised to the x power? Okay, very good. So this is an example of a an exponential function. Okay, let us solve this one. Napakadali lang po nito. So, g of x is equal to 4 raised to the x. Ano pong ipapalit natin kay x? Sa example natin, ipapalitan natin siya ng 3. So, therefore, g of 3 is equal to 4 raised to the third power. Ulitin ko po, hindi po 4 times 3. Ang ibig sabihin po nito, i-multiply po natin ang 4 ng tatlong beses. Kaya 4 times 4, 16. And 16 times 4, the result will become 64. And this is our final answer. Okay, tatandaan po natin, tayo po ay nakay exponential function kapag ang variable x ay nakay exponent. Okay, proceed po tayo sa example number 10 and evaluate the function h of x is equal to 5 times 3 raised to the x plus 1 given that the x is equal to 2. So what kind of function is this? Exactly. See, it is also an example of an exponential function. Now, medyo nagiging complicated din po mga example na ito, no? So, minsan ay nadadagdagan pa po na ibang terms ang ating exponent. Okay? So, we have solution number 10, we have h of x is equal to 5 times 3 raised to the x plus 1. Alin ang papalitan natin? Ulitin ko yung x. So, yung x ay papalitan natin ng 2, kaya siya ay magiging h of 2 is equal to 5 times 3 raised to the 2 plus 1. So, sa case na to, class, kapag exponential function, ang uunahin natin ay yung nasa exponent, diba? Yun yung rule. Kaya yung 2 plus 1 magiging, okay, 3. So, we have h of 2 is equal to 5 times 3 raised to the third power. Wag niyo muna po ita-times ang 5 times 3. So, since may exponent pa po yan, ito muna po ang ita-times natin. Tatlong beses. 3 times 3, 9 times 3, 27. Kaya ang lalabas nating sagot diyan ay h of 2 is equal to 5 times 27. At saka mo pa lang po ita-times itong dalawa. And the result is h of 2 is equal to 135. Number 11 is this. Evaluate the function f of x is equal to 5x minus 7 over 3x minus 2 given that the x is equal to negative 3. So, question, what type of function is f of x is equal to 5x minus 7 over 3x minus 2? Okay, very good. So, this is an example of a rational function. So, since ang given natin ay naka-fraction. Okay? So, again, medyo complicated na po pagka ganito kasi alam natin na ang mga estudyante ay medyo nahihirapan na pagdating kapag may fraction. Pero don't worry, so isa-isahin pa rin natin yan. So, given is f of x is equal to 5x minus 7 over 3x minus 2. So, sa case na to, ilang x meron? Di ba? 3. So, papalitan lahat natin yan ng negative 3. And this will become f of negative 3 is equal to 5 times, okay, huwag kalimutan, lalagyan ng parenthesis, then minus 3 minus 7 over 3 times negative 3 minus 2. Okay, let us simplify both numerator and denominator. So, ito muna nasa 5 times, nasa itaas, which is 5 times negative 3. And the other one is 3 times negative 3. So, the result will become 5 times negative 3 is negative 15. Remember, kapag nabumultiply po tayo ng unlike sign, the result will always be negative, kagaya din po ng nasa ibaba. No? 3 times negative 3 is negative 9 minus 2. So, isi-simplify na lang din po natin. Now, what will be the result? This is considered as negative 15 minus 7. Now, what is the sign of the larger number? So sa case na to, di ba, kapag subtraction, may rule po tayo dyan. Ano yung rule natin sa subtraction? Change the sign of the subtrahend, then proceed to addition. So kaya mangyayari dito, parang sinabing negative 15 plus, di ba, proceed to addition, magiging plus na to, pero ito ang negative 7. Or ang pinakamadali class, kapag nakakita kayo ng ganito, dalawang magkasunod na sign, okay, copyhin mo yung sign, then i-add mo ang dalawang number. So that is negative 22. So, same with the denominator. So, again, dahil magkaparehas, kopyahin mo yung sign, then i-add mo yung dalawang numbers. So, negative 11. And our final answer is f of negative 3 is equal to 2. Bakit po? Once naman tayo ay nag-divide ng dalawang negative sign, the result will become positive. Pero kung magkaiba, negative ang sagot. Yun po yung tatandaan sa rule of integers. So, dapat yung mga basic rules na yan ay alam na po natin. Ano? And let us now proceed to last example. And example number 12. Okay, evaluate the function g of x is equal to 25x squared minus 9 over 5x squared plus 7x minus 6 given that the x is equal to negative 1. So, question, what type of function is this? Okay, exactly. So, this is also, again, the example of a rational function. Now, how are we going to solve this one? Ayan, medyo dinagdagan na po natin yung given para maka-encounter man po kayo nito ay alam niyo po kung paano sasagutan. Okay, let us begin with the first example. Again, yung ating x ay papalitan natin ng negative 1. So, sa example natin, ito po mangyayari. So, g of negative 1 is equal to 25. Ang x natin ay papalitan ng negative 1 raised to the second power minus 9 over 5 times negative 1 raised to the second power plus 7. Ay papalitan uli natin yung x ng negative 1 then minus 6. Now, lahat ng isi-simplify po muna natin ay mga exponent. So, ito po, dalawang beses daw. Negative 1 times negative 1. Okay, positive 1. So, positive 1 din dito, ano? Okay, so therefore, g of negative 1 will become 5 times 1. Kasi nga po, negative 1 times now, negative 1 is 1. Minus 9, kinopya ko lang. Then, again, dito ay positive 1 nga. Kasi negative 1 times negative 1 also is positive 1. 5 times 1 plus. Okay, so we have, ayun, may nakita po akong mali. Anyway, so hindi ko pa naman po sinisimplify yan. So, sa case na to, kopyahin lang po natin yung mga dapat kopyahin. So, we have 5 times 1 plus 7 times negative 1 minus 6. And, again, continue to simplify the following. So, this will become g of negative 1 will become 25 times 1 is 25 na tayo. Then, minus 9, kopya pa rin. 5 times 1 is 5 and 7 or positive 7 times negative 1 will become negative 7 and copy negative 6. At this time, same procedure, simplify pa rin natin numerator and denominator. And what is 25 minus 9? And that is, okay, so again, 25 minus 9. Okay, so sa case na to, ang inuna po natin ay ang denominator. So, therefore, we have 5 minus 7. Okay, a larger number ang 7, kaya negative 2 ang sagot, minus 6. Okay, what is 25 minus 9? Okay, so we have 16 over negative 2 minus 6. Sabi natin, di ba? Kapag magkaparehas ang sign at tayo ay nakay-subtraction, ang gawin na lang, kopyahin ang sign, pero i-add mo ang number. No? So, we have negative 8. Therefore, the final answer is g of negative 1 is equal to negative 2. There you have it. So, sana po ay may naintindihan po kayo sa mga examples natin. Pero sabi ko nga sa inyo, kung nakikita nyo na kaya nyo i-simplify na kaagad para hindi mahaba na kagaya nito, simplify nyo na kaagad. Halimbawa, dito sa portion na ito, pwede na kayong mag-simplify, i-simplify nyo na. So, sa akin lang po, ibinigay ko lang po yung detailed nung step-by-step procedure para yung iba po ay hindi nalilito. Okay, that's it. Again, thanks for watching at sana po ay malaking tulong ang aking video or lesson video tutorial na ito para sa mga grade 11 students ng senior high school. So, again, thank you for watching.